dangerous, rebellion may be fatal. This is the exact point in which we abandon limited objectives and move towards God's will for us. So what they're saying is that some of these defects are going to be hard to give up.
Yeah.
I think that when I meet other people now, I've trained myself to change my mind so that when I meet new people, I just take them the way they come, and I try not to make any judgments of them other than, like, if I meet somebody and say they're really negative and they talk negative all the time, well, that's probably not a person that I'm going to want to spend a lot of time with. It doesn't mean I don't think they're okay. It just means that I need to be around people who are trying to be positive, because that helps me try to be positive. So I'm careful about the friends that I make, and but if I don't want to make friends with somebody, it doesn't mean that I don't like them or that I think they're not okay. It's just that if I hang around with them, I'll get to be more like them, and I've been working to be less like them. I don't want to be negative all the time. I don't want to be talking about people behind their back when they're gone and all that kind of stuff. I used to do that when I was young, and I don't want to do that anymore. So that's the only judgments I make of people is whether or not, I'm going to spend a lot of time with them or not. So what they're basically saying here is that this stuff is never going to be done perfectly, but we have to put effort into it. We have to try, and even though we know that we're not going to be perfect, we have to try to be a little bit better and a little bit better as time goes on. And the thing of it is like, I thought that sobering up was something that you did once and then forgot about and then went on and did the rest of your life. But because of the fact that we're so negative and we have so many negative ideas and so much negative feedback that we got when we were little, especially if you're around an alcoholic, because alcoholics, they're hard on the people around them. They're negative and critical and judgmental, and you don't come out of a family like that feeling good about yourself. And other things too, like you having to go and get your dad and bring him back. That's a job for an adult, not for a child. That was inappropriate that you had to do that. That should have been a job that was done by an adult. Like with me, I was the one who looked after the little kids, my little brothers and sisters. I was what I called a junior parent. I made lunches and I helped cook meals and did dishes, and I did all the stuff that the parents did, except I didn't know what the hell I was doing because I was just a kid myself.
Yeah.
So when kids are raised by other kids, they don't learn much about how to be an adult. But what they're talking about here in this step is an attitude change. They're asking us to be willing to give up things that are very familiar and very habitual, like pride or anger or resentment or taking other people's inventory, that sort of thing. Those are the sort of things that we grow up with in our culture. And I can remember when I was in school even that we used to always fight with the Catholics, because I was a Protestant, right? So I went to a Protestant school, and then when lunch would come, we'd eat our lunch and then we'd go outside, and then everybody said, let's go fight with the Catholics. And I said, why do we fight with the Catholics? And they said, because they're Catholics. So we always thought they were stupid, and we were judgmental of them for sure. So we'd go and fight with them, and they'd fight with us, and sometimes they'd come over to our school and fight with us, and sometimes we'd go over to their school and fight with them. We were just kids, so nobody got any broken arms or anything like that, but we used to fight with them. And so what they're asking us to do here is to change our attitude and begin to work on becoming a better person, I guess.
First step is the 100% we can do.
Only the first step, yeah.
That we just start, isn't it?
And I've seen lots of people who quit drinking through their church,
Yeah.
or through their family, or through their minister.
Yeah.
I've met people like that, and
They don't have changed too much
No.
character, isn't it?
no,
They have
they're
lot of character.
they're
They
still
are very angry because they
Oh.
think they are a good person.
doing the world a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they think I am good. You are not good, you know.
yeah.
So they want to always they like a role model.
Mhm.
And but everybody know that man is very angry and they will.
Oh yeah, he doesn't drink, but he's got an anger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happens to people who stop drinking and don't have a program, is all that hurt inside them keeps coming out in negativity.
Mm.
And and I've talked to some of them, and I've said, I said I quit drinking, and I didn't really do the program of AA for 9 years.
Mhm.
And during those 9 years, that was a really long time for me because I was really unhappy. But then when I started to do the steps, everything changed.
Mm.
And and I suggested to them, you don't have to join AA to do the steps. All you have to do is buy a 12 by 12, and anybody can do the steps. It's better. I think it's better if you do it with other people in the program,
Mm.
because we understand each other.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to puke in the morning. I know what it's like to puke in the morning, and you know what it's like to wake up and wonder what you did the night before.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to do that. Whereas somebody who hasn't done that, they don't understand that. So I think that if you took any average person off the street and introduced them to these 12 steps and helped them go through the 12 steps, they would feel better.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't an alcoholic, even if they weren't a drug addict, even just an ordinary person. Anybody who would look at the past and they'd have to believe in a higher power, I guess.
Mm.
But when my first belief in a higher power was my group. That was my higher power, because they could stay sober and I couldn't. And then I changed to AA as an organization was my higher power for a while. And then I turned to spirituality, and then God was my higher power.
Mm.
And I like